Aloha! 7.2 is all about multiplying polynomials. So one thing you're going to hear a lot for the rest of algebra is a thing called FOIL. All of your parents learned it. So FOIL is a method that's used when you multiply polynomials, and we're going to go over how that's used. I personally prefer a different method, which I call the area model. Big Ideas teaches it as like a table model. And then there's two other ways of multiplying that nobody ever uses, but we're going to go over them. All right, so let's jump into it. First, if you're going to multiply 2x minus 3 times x plus 5, here's what not to do. Okay, and it doesn't ever work. This is the most common mistake. Of course, none of you will ever do this. So the most common mistake is you do 2x times x is 2x squared. And then negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. So I'm just going to say 2x squared minus 15. That is a big and it's wrong and it doesn't work. Don't ever, ever, ever do this. This is wrong. In fact, I'm just going to write the words up here, wrong. This is the one common mistake people will do, but you will never do this. You're smarter than this. Don't do this. All right, so if you're going to multiply those out, you can't do that. Let me go through why. In fact, I had just had this conversation with one of the 6th graders. What is 12 times 12? That'll be my first question for you. Very easy. What's 12 times 12? Yes, it's 144. Now, if I do this, and I just go 10 times 10 is 100. 2 times 2 is 4. I get 104. But we realize that 12 times 12, which is what 10 plus 2 times 10 plus 2 is not 104. Therefore, this is bad and it doesn't work. I'm going over this a couple of times because this is the most common mistake, which you will never, ever do. Don't ever do that. All right, so how do you multiply these things then, you might ask? Well, here's a great way. It's called the area model. So what you do is you make a little box like so. I'd add this to your notes. Great notes. I'm going to enlarge myself a little bit. Woo! Hey, there we go. All right, so that 2x minus 3, I'm going to put as 2x and a minus 3 on one of the sides. It really doesn't matter which side. And then the x plus 5, I'll put on the other side. So x and 5, like so. So I get this picture. And again, I could make either one the base and the other one the height. Doesn't matter. So then I go, what's x times 2x? Well, it's 2x squared, like that. And then I go, well, what's x times negative 3? It's negative 3x. And then what's 2x times 5? It's 10x. And what's 5 times negative 3? It's negative 15. So that is all the stuff I need. Now, these two diagonal ones will be able to be combined. So 10x and minus 3x is the same as 7x. So then my final answer will be 2x squared plus 7x minus 15. 2x squared plus 7x minus 15 is my final answer when I'm multiplying those two binomials together. All right, that's a great thing to add to your notes. Big Ideas is also going to go through it. They use a table, though, when they're going, I'll make myself smaller. So here's the table version of that. Okay. Oh, and they chose the same order that I did. So you just multiply them through, you write it out, and then they combine the like terms. You combine the 10x and the minus 3x to get the 7x. Okay, so there we go. That's a great example. This is my favorite way of multiplying polynomials, and the reason why is because this will work even when you're doing like a trinomial times a trinomial. You'll just have 3 boxes by 3 boxes. It gets, complicated, but so do all the other ways of multiplying. All right, now we're going to go through 2 ways that you're probably never, ever going to do, but some people like to multiply these differently. So first what I want you to do is try the area model with this x plus 2 times x plus 5 and see what you get. Do this on paper. Good luck. All right, so your answer will be the same as long as you did it right. They're doing this, though, with a horizontal multiplication. So this is another way to do it. So you're going to multiply the x and separate the plus 2 into 2 separate things. And each of those is being multiplied by x plus 5. So then you're distributing the x and so on, and the 2 and so on, and you end up getting x squared plus 7x plus 10, which is hopefully what you got with the area model. All right. So just because the area model is new, and I'm just going to make this video go a little bit longer. Hopefully this is how you did this if you use the area model, which Big Ideas calls the table model. So we got our x plus 2, and we got our x plus 5, and then that's the x squared part. That's the 2x, that's the 5x, and then 5 times 2 is 10. These are all positives, so I'm just going to use plus. Add those two together. I'll hold it up and enlarge. So hopefully this is what you did if you did the area model on paper. So that's our x squared plus 7x plus the 10. Okay. All right, so now what I want you to do is try the second one, the x plus 3 times x minus 4. Pay attention to that minus 4. And then you could try this method if you want, the horizontal method or the area model again. Great way to do it. Okay, good luck with that one. All right, now they're going to show you another way, which is doing this vertically. So you're doing x plus 3 times x plus 4. How does this work, you might ask? Well, it works like this. You multiply through by the negative 4, just like you do with multiplying numbers. And then you got to multiply through by the x, and you get 3x, and you get x squared. Line up your x's, you know, just like you do when you're lining up the 10 spots and the 100 spots and all that. And then you add them together. X squared minus x minus 12. You might be like, ooh, that's cool. I like the vertical method. Yeah, vertical method's pretty cool. For some reason, nobody ever uses that method. So I will show you again with the area model, my favorite method, but not the only one, as you can see. You got x plus 3 is one of the sides, and then x and a negative 4 for the x minus 4 will be the other side. So then you get your x squared, you get your 3x, your minus 4x, and then your minus 12 because it's negative 4 times 3. Put the 3x and the minus 4x together. That gives you the minus 1x, or just minus x in the middle. I'll enlarge it. So notice you get the same answer, x squared minus x minus 12 with the area model, or if you line it up vertically, or even if you did the horizontal. That's a phone call. I'll take it later. We got another example to go through. All right, so if you want to copy those examples down, feel free. Like I said, most people don't use these methods, but they work, and some people might like them. All right, so now the FOIL method. This is a method that was hammered into your parents' heads when they took algebra, and mine as well when I took algebra. I never learned the area model. So FOIL stands for first, outside, inside, last, and it works with any two binomials. So if you have x plus 1 times x plus 2, which is their example, you're going to multiply the first terms, the x's, and you do that first. And I draw the little loopies. So that gives you the x squared. Then the O is the outside. So you multiply the outside terms. And again, draw the little loopies, of course. That's the x and the 2. That gives us 2x. Then you multiply the inside terms, which is the 1 and the x. Drew the little loopies there. That gives us plus 1x. And then the last terms, the 1 and the 2. And they're both positive, so we get plus 2 at the end. And then you combine your like terms, the 1x and the 2x make 3x. So you get x squared plus 3x plus 2. So this is FOIL. So first, outside, inside, last. And I'll leave that up on the screen. I'll enlarge this a little bit. The loopies are the most important things of FOIL. You just can't do it without drawing little loopies. At least I never could. So there we go. That's FOIL. Great thing to add to your notes. The area model and FOIL give you the same answer as do the vertical and horizontal methods of multiplying. All right, now I'm going to speed this along now that you've taken great notes. So figure out what the product is for A here in any method. Area model, FOIL, vertical, horizontal, whatever you want to do. Just get the product for this one here and we'll go through it. All right, so they're using FOIL. Multiply the x's, then you multiply the x and negative 6, the negative 3 and the x, and the negative 3 and the negative 6, which makes a positive 18. Combine your like terms, and hopefully you got x squared minus 9x plus 18. Great. All right. Now use any method to simplify B. Multiply that one out. Okay, so for that one, you can multiply the 2x and 3x first. That's 6x squared. And then you multiply the outer, the inner, and then the constants. And you end up simplifying to get 6x squared minus 7x minus 5. Now, if you didn't get those, or if you have questions on these, feel free to ask me during class. And then the last thing we're going to do, and this is where FOIL falls apart, sometimes you're not going to be multiplying a binomial times a binomial. Sometimes you're multiplying a binomial by a trinomial. So for a problem like this, students are about to come in. I'm going to go very quickly. What I would do is the area model again, except now we got 3 boxes by 2 boxes. Okay, so we have our x and 5 on the side. That's our x plus 5 part. But on top, we're going to have x squared minus 3x minus 2. So now we got 6 boxes we're going to have to fill out and combine together. So I want you to work this out on paper and see what you get. All right, let's see how you did. Okay, so they're doing the vertical method of multiplying. That's a great way to do it too. So when you simplify and get everything all said and done, it's x cubed plus 2x squared minus 17x minus 10. Hopefully, if you can do that, you can do any of these problems we're going to work on. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me during class, and I will see you then. All right.